have the boys with me today.
Okay, he's all set.
Excellent.
Thank you. All dudes.
It's the dudes.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
That's cool.
This is how we roll here.
What's going on, guys?
Beautiful day in the neighborhood, brother.
Let me introduce you really quickly. Are you going on the air, Phil? No? You're okay? You're good? Okay.
Oh, that's Phil.
Let me introduce you, Josh. This is our hangout. We get to hang out with these guys from all over the world. There's up to 9 others besides us, and then it's broadcast live on our YouTube channel. So
Cool.
the whole world could be watching. Come closer over here really quickly. Here's our microphone. Here's our camera. There we go. Okay. Good morning. It's Maria from the MyFOXLA newsroom here in Los Angeles. And here with me is Josh Dallas, the star of Once Upon a Time and a bunch of other movies you may have seen him in. So we'll talk about that show and some other things that you're up to. Josh, I want to introduce you to everybody here in the Hangout. We've got Ayub, who is in England. He's in Leicester.
Ah, very nice. I've been to Leicester many times.
You have?
The De Montfort Hall.
Really?
Yes.
Is there debauchery that happens in Leicester?
Oh, there's lots of debauchery that happens in Leicester, I'm sure.
Students.
Look
There's
at
always
it.
going to be some.
Of course. Dayano is in Reno.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Talk about debauchery. Kempton, who's in Canada.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, how you doing? Calgary, I bet it's cold.
Yeah,
Yes.
too cold.
Everybody complaining about the snow. Tom is in Atlanta.
Hey, Tom.
And Trev is also in the UK. He's in Yorkshire.
Ah, we're in Yorkshire.
Bradford.
Ah, I've been to Bradford, too.
What?
Really?
What are you doing?
I lived there for like 11 years. Not in Bradford, but in
Oh.
London, but I kind of traveled all over.
Did you study in London?
Yeah, studied in London. Went to drama school there, trained as an actor.
Oh, you're so proper.
Yes, I'm proper. I'm a proper, classically trained actor.
So you could do
Playing Prince Charming.
you could do proper English. Could you do Cockney?
Not so well. I'm not going to embarrass myself in front of these
I can't do it either.
He can't do it.
Anglophiles.
He can't do Cockney. Yes, Ayub. What's your question?
Okay, now, going from the Royal Shakespeare Company to Doctor Who to Thor to Prince Charming, when you were back at the Royal Shakespeare Company, come on, that is impressive.
Oh, well,
That's
thank
a
you.
dream. Is that not a dream resume?
Well, it's certainly varied, that's for sure, and different. But yeah, I mean, it's all in a weird kind of way. It's all kind of informed. Everything's kind of informed the other thing as I've gone along. So, you know, it always came in handy. But no, I didn't. I never thought that I would end up playing Prince Charming, coming from the RSC. That's for sure.
Anyone have a question, just get my attention. And if you on air watching, thank you so much. I see you. Please plus and comment and share the link if you can. And if you have a question, tag me or anyone in the Hangout, okay? Yes, Trev, you have a question? No, Tom, sorry.
Yeah, watch the show. I've watched the show every week. It's a really good show.
Oh, thank you, man.
Where did they come up with the cast to get all these characters? There's so many different sub-stories and characters. Who brought all this together?
Well, our creators are two guys named Eddie Kitsis and Adam Horowitz, and they helped create a television show called Lost. I don't know if you remember Lost.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Lost.
So
Yeah,
it's very
small
much in
little
this-
show, Lost.
Yeah, it's very much in the same vein of storytelling in terms of, you know, all the different characters that are coming in and the flashbacks that we use and the different worlds in a sense. So it's very similar. So I think they started with the idea from working on that show basically, and they thought, you know, how interesting it would be to have a show where you could see why the evil queen is evil, or how Prince Charming got his name, or where he came from, or what's Snow White's background. So they wanted to tell you the stories of these characters that you didn't know. And I think it kind of started from there, and it just kind of goes on and on.
I like that concept.
Yeah.
I do. I like it. A little dark. Yes, Deanna, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like I really do love the show as well. It's actually one of the things that I make sure that I watch every Sunday. Right off Revenge and 666 Park Avenue.
Nice.
The Walking Dead.
And Dexter.
Yeah, and I watch a lot of TV.
Particularly on Sundays, but yeah.
I wanted to ask you particularly about the first season. It's like, I mean, just going back and forth and pretty much playing these two different characters. One who's this, you know, this farm boy who's forced into princehood and becoming this badass, and the other guy back in Storybrooke, this complete amnesiac who doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's like, I mean, just what's that, like that duality that, playing those roles, and then moving on from there into season 2, where finally those two characters start coming together.
Yeah, no, I mean, great question. I mean, that was one of the great appeals for me to want to do the show, was the chance to, in season 1, like you said, to play two sides of the same coin, to play Prince Charming in Fairy Tale Land, who has all those attributes that we think of that Prince Charming would have, confident, honest, loyal, brave. And in Storybrooke, he could be none of those things because that was his curse. He could be nothing. So he was a bit of he was a tool. He was a total tool when he was in Storybrooke in the first season. But I loved playing that complete opposite. And now it kind of feels, season 2, he knows who he is now in Storybrooke, and it's all kind of come together as one. And as he says in the third episode of the second season, or the second episode of the second season, he gives that speech on the truck saying, we are both, and everything about us informs us, makes us whole, basically, even the bad experiences and the good experiences. So it's just for an actor to have that opportunity to play all of that on one show is unique and
as
super
an actor,
special.
though, like how do you approach that material? I mean, how do you attack that role versus that role? Is there a process?
Well, I mean, for me, it always starts with the script. You always just have to go with the script, and that's your jumping off point. So whatever the script lays out for you, that's where you go with it. So that's where I start. That's where I start. And of course, there's a whole other side of this character that we need to explore, that we probably will get to explore in season 2, which is his twin brother James, who was brought up by King George, who he was never fully realized in the first season because he was killed instantly. So I'm not.
Is that going to be you?
Well, yeah, he's his identical twin. And he'll be a very different man from Prince Charming because he was brought up by King George, who was very sinister and very evil. So he's going to have different values and a different kind of swag to him altogether.
Wow. Yes, Kempton, go ahead.
Yeah, Josh, I understand that there are a lot of green screen acting in it. I want to ask you, how do you, what's your trick on handling that? Do you find it challenging at first?
I mean, at first, I've seemed to have done a lot of green screen acting so far in my career, particularly in Thor.
Yeah.
Thor, pretty much the whole movie was green screen. But some actors hate it, some actors don't mind it. I don't mind it at all because you can just use your imagination and let it run wild. And even though you're looking at a tennis ball and you're pretending it's a gigantic, dragon, or you're riding this gigantic green pickle-looking thing when it's supposed to be a dragon's neck, but you're
playing to sometimes a tennis ball, like literally there is
or nothing,
and that's your focal point, like
or nothing, or a piece of tape. So it's like it's like you're a kid. So you're just playing around, using your imagination.
Does that harken you back to some of the days where you would audition? And I don't know, I just hear stories of actors who audition, and when you're reading a scene with the person there in the casting room, they're giving you nothing.
Sometimes, yeah.
All like you.
Yeah. You just gotta use your imagination and just go with your gut.
Yeah. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of shows are starting to cross over with people from other shows, like from Lost and everything. And so far, I've only seen that I've recognized just the one guy from Lost who played the giant in the episode Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. Was there anybody else that I may have missed, or will there be other people?
Oh yeah, we have I think 3 Lost alone.
Uh-oh.
Right.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
3 Lost a lot. The alumni locked up.
Oh, no.
Now, see what happened? You mentioned Lost, and all of a sudden it's like,
in a funky space.
I thought I felt
probably on the damn island. Thanks, thanks. That was a good one. Now they're on the island.
Now we have got to imagine what's the answer. What did he do?
I don't remember him in Thor. What did he do in Thor?
I honestly don't remember. I wasn't paying much attention during that movie.
Okay.
Oh, there. Oh,
Here we are.
Oh, phew. I was so worried.
All right, you're back.
It
We were
probably-
afraid that we brought up Lost too many
probably cut
times,
off
and now
'cause
you
I was
guys were on the
rambling.
island.
It was that question. That was such a heavy question. No, I'm just.
Yeah,
No.
you got to the part where you said
Great success. Congrats on Once Upon a Time. What are you
Thank you.
doing on your hiatus and other
Hiatus seems like a long way away at the moment. It's not until
When you're not
next year,
planning.
April. So I don't know. Hopefully, maybe a movie there, or it's ski season soon in Vancouver where we shoot the show. So I'll start skiing on my days
All
off.
right.
fun? Well,
Yeah.
good for you. Good
All
for you.
right. Can I sneak in another question about
Sure.
Doctor Who? How did you get to act in Doctor Who, and was it a great experience for you?
It was a great experience. I look like a big floating spoon head thing. I was no. It was great. It was great to be part of that show, which is such a British institution and an institution kind of all over the world. It has such a huge fan base. So it was great to be in it. And David Tennant was my Doctor Who in the episodes that I did. So to work with him was awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And Josh Dallas, you can catch him on Once Upon a Time on Sundays
Sunday nights at 8:00.
at 8 o'clock. All right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you.
Quick photo of Josh before we go.
There we
Screen
go.
capture. Okay, there's the camera right there.
I love that suit, by the way.
It's quite proper and quite smart.
Calvin Klein.
Is it?
Yeah, it's lovely, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Josh.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
Cheers.
See you again.
Nice
Bye-bye.
to see you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You know the